Hi, I'm Caden Marshall here with North News. Just last month, President Biden ordered an airstrike on Iranian-backed militia. Jackson Hart tells us more.
I am Jackson Hart with North News, here to bring you this breaking story. On Thursday, February 25th, President Biden ordered an airstrike on facilities known to support an Iranian-backed militias. He did this to send a message to Iran saying, "You cannot act with impunity. Be careful." Some members of Congress, even those in Biden's own party, are calling out President Biden's decision to order this strike, such as Senators Tim McCain, a Democrat from Virginia, and Senator Chris Murphy, a Democrat from Connecticut, said offensive military action without congressional approval is not constitutional absent of extraordinary circumstances, and retaliatory strikes not necessary to prevent an imminent threat require congressional approval. Ironically, Congress Republicans are more supportive of the decision, like Senator Jim Inhofe, a Republican from Oklahoma, who said the correct proportionate response to protect American lives. John Kirby, the Pentagon's chief spokesperson, says Congress was notified of the strikes before the missiles were launched, destroying 9 facilities and rendering 2 more heavily damaged. Jen Psaki, the White House press secretary, had this to say on the situation. The targets were chosen to correspond to the recent attacks on facilities and to deter the risk of additional attacks over the coming weeks. The airstrike was targeting the Popular Mobilization Forces, an Iranian-backed militant group is thought to have killed 22 fighters, according to the Syrian Observatory for Human Rights. The group also confirmed one of its fighters was lost in the strike and that they reserved the right to retaliate. After the airstrikes were executed, Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin had this to say, "I'm confident in the target that we went after. We know what we hit." Syria was very unhappy with the attack, saying it was a cowardly and systematic American aggression. What will come of this situation, we will see. I'm Jackson Hart with North News. Back to you in the studio.
Heading into the South, Texas Governor Greg Abbott has created an executive decision lifting the mask mandate and restoring Texas to its original form. Michaela Bowen has the story.
This week, Governor Abbott lifted the mask mandate in Texas and reopening the state to 100%. He says, quote, "We must now do more to restore livelihoods and normalcy for Texans by opening Texas 100%. Make no COVID-19 has not disappeared, but it is clear from recoveries, vaccinations, reduced hospitalizations, and safe practices that Texans are using that state mandates are no longer needed," unquote. Governor Abbott is confident in his decision of reopening Texas back up and taking the executive order to lift the mask mandate from the positive outcomes of the vaccine and solid decrease in cases. It stated that nearly 5.7 million vaccine shots have been administered to Texans, and the state is now administering almost 1 million shots each week. The people of Texas are no longer mandated to wear masks in public, and businesses of any type can have a 100% capacity. Texas is one of the few states to have lifted the statewide mask mandate and reopened completely. It's heard that many people of Texas are extremely happy about Governor Abbott's order.
In sports news, Belvedere North Bowling goes up against Guilford in their final home game of the season. Alicia Downey has more.
This week, the Belvedere North girls bowling team went head-to-head with Guilford on March 4th at the Cherry Bowl Bowling Alley. This was one of the last meets in the season. The girls powered through the match. Jackie said, "The best thing about being on the girls bowling team is that we learn together and that good things aren't made overnight. It comes with practice and dedication. The girls sadly lost this match, but we will still come back better and stronger for the next one." Good job, girls. Good luck at your next match. This is Alicia Downey reporting from North News.
For our last story of the day, our very own Austin Beal tells us how hybrid learning has affected teachers and students. He also tells us how the band department is changing.
Good evening, everyone. This is Austin Beal from North News. The band program has been continuing at a rough pace this year due to being virtual. Let's take a look at how it has been affecting the students. At the beginning of the year, band classes were online only, just like the rest of the school, so it was a bit challenging to find ways to play. Students would record songs separately, and they would be edited together to make one recording with all parts present. Ethan Kay, a senior in the band program, had this to say about playing virtually. It wasn't the best, but it was still making music, so we made it work. Now that students are allowed in the building, band members are allowed to play in person with special masks and covering for their instruments. When asked about the band leading experience this year and what performances might look like, Belvedere North director Mr. Wolfgram commented, "It's been unique leading the band. I have a number of students playing here in person, while the rest we are trusting to be playing along at home. We will be having an in-person concert on Wednesday, May 12th. Each group will have a handful of practices together and then the concert. It will be tricky, but I think they can do it." The band has been working hard through their conditions for the upcoming concert. We wish them the best of luck. I've been Austin Beal with North News. Back to the studio.
I'm Caden with North News. Thank you for watching.